Okay, so you bought the course, or you're about to, or you already bought 3, and you're watching this because none of them worked. Either way, same story. Someone showed you a screenshot. $1,400 in 1 month. YouTube automation, passive income. I literally just set it up and walked away, and something in your brain went, yeah, that could be me. So you followed the blueprint, picked the niche they told you to pick, used the tool they recommended, which coincidentally, they have an affiliate link for, uploaded the videos, exactly like they said, and then you waited. Week 1, nothing. Week 2, 4 views, 2 of which are you checking if it worked. Week 3, YouTube suggests you watch a video about giving up. That's not the algorithm being mean. That's the algorithm telling you something nobody in your $497 course bothered to mention. This is the Autompter, and what I'm about to tell you is the thing your guru already knows, and absolutely, deliberately, will never say out loud. Let me just say it plainly. YouTube automation has been turned into a business, not by YouTube, by the people teaching it. And the product isn't the course, the product is your hope. Here's how the model actually works. Someone starts a channel, automation niche, motivation niche, whatever's trending. Grows it for a few months, gets monetized, makes maybe $300, maybe $900, takes a screenshot on the best day, frames it nicely. Then, and this is the part they skip, the channel starts dying. Views drop, revenue disappears. YouTube stops recommending it because the content is the same recycled stuff that 40,000 other channels uploaded that same week. Dead channel, right? Wrong, because now they have something more valuable than a working channel. They have proof it worked once, so they pivot. Build a course around the screenshot. Sell the dream to the next wave of people who are exactly where they were 6 months ago. Rinse, repeat. And here's the part that gets me. They don't even lie, technically. The channel did make money. The screenshot is real. They just very carefully never show you what happened after. They don't reveal the channel name, by the way. Because if I could find it, I'd see the upload history stopped 8 months ago, and the last video has 200 views. I want to be clear about something. I have nothing against selling courses. Teaching is legitimate. Sharing knowledge is fine. What I'm against is selling a broken map and calling it a business opportunity. That's not coaching. That's a toll booth on a road to nowhere. So here's the real question. Why do these channels work for a bit, get monetized, make a few payments, and then just flatline? Is it bad luck? Wrong niche? Algorithm update? No. It's simpler than that. YouTube in 2026 runs on an AI called Gemini, and Gemini has one job. Figure out if your video adds anything new to what it already knows. There's a concept for this called net information gain. Think of it like this. Google has indexed billions of videos. If your video says the same thing as 50,000 videos already in its database, Google goes, I already have this. Why would I store another copy? Why would I recommend it? It doesn't ban you, doesn't strike you. It just quietly decides you're not worth the server space. Before your video even reaches the main algorithm, it passes through what's called the gist filter. Think of it as a plagiarism checker, but for ideas, not words. Same structure, same angle, same talking points as 10,000 other videos. Filtered, gone, silent. No impressions, no recommendations, nothing. This is why the lazy automation model fails every single time now. Pick a trending topic, run it through an AI tool, upload, repeat. The AI tool produces the same output it produces for everyone else using that same tool. The gist filter sees it, recognizes the pattern, and YouTube goes,
not today.
The gurus teaching this model either don't know this, which means they're behind, or they do know and they're still selling it. Both are bad. You just pay differently. Here's something I genuinely didn't understand for a long time. YouTube doesn't care if people watch your video. It cares about what people do after they watch your video. There's a difference between someone finishing your video and feeling like they got something, and someone finishing your video and immediately searching the same topic somewhere else. The first one? YouTube loves that, pushes you more, calls it good abandonment. The viewer left, but they left satisfied. Mission accomplished. The second one, YouTube sees that as a signal that you wasted their users' time, bad abandonment, and it quietly tanks your reach. Not because of a penalty, because of a pattern. The channels that survive, the ones making $5,000, $8,000 a month quietly and consistently, they're built around one thing only. Actually answering the question the viewer came with. Not more runtime, not better editing, not a flashier thumbnail. Just, did the viewer get what they came for? That's it. That's the entire game condensed into one question. 3 things, real ones, not the list you've heard before. First, niche selection, done backwards. Everyone picks niches by asking what's popular. Wrong question. The right question is, where is there a real audience with almost no real YouTube presence? These are called ghost niches. Trucking industry news, agricultural equipment, hyper-local real estate, dental practice management, municipal infrastructure. Boring? Absolutely. On purpose. Because boring to a content creator means untouched, and untouched means you walk in with a clean thumbnail and a properly scripted video and you become the best channel that audience has ever found. Honestly, the RPM in these niches made me do a double take the first time I saw it. We're talking $18 to $34 per thousand views in some of them. Compare that to the $1.20 RPM in the motivation niche everyone's fighting over. Same 100,000 views, completely different check. Second, prompting, not just using AI. Most people treat AI like a vending machine. Write me a script about motivation. Insert topic. Get script. Upload. That's not automation. That's outsourcing your thinking to a tool that has absolutely no original thoughts. The gist filter eats that output for breakfast. Real prompting means giving the AI something to work with that nobody else is feeding it. A specific angle. An unusual research finding. A piece of data it has to incorporate. When your input is unique, your output clears the filter. When your input is generic, your output joins the pile. The difference between a channel that grows and one that disappears is almost never the tool. It's what you put into it. Third, the hybrid voice method. You don't have to show your face, but you do have to sound human somewhere in the process. Record yourself reading the script, even badly, even at low volume. Run it through 11 Labs voice changer, not the text-to-speech, the voice changer. What comes out the other side is an AI voice with your cadence underneath it. Your pauses, your breathing pattern, the slight unevenness of a real person talking. Gemini scans for exactly that. It's looking for human signal in the audio. Give it one and the channel reads differently to the algorithm. AI can generate words. It cannot fake human rhythm unless you give it one first. I want to say one more thing before I close this out. Because I think people underestimate what following bad advice actually costs. It's not just the $300 course. It's the 3 months you spent building a channel in the wrong niche with the wrong method. The trust score your account built up or didn't during that time. The energy you burned trying to figure out why a broken system wasn't working. And then watching the guru pivot to the next trending niche while you're left holding a dead channel and an emptier wallet. That's the real price tag. The good news, and I mean actually good, not good news, here's my upsell, is that none of this is permanent. A dead channel can be diagnosed. Sometimes it's the IP, sometimes the account age, sometimes it's purely a content problem, wrong niche, wrong format. Each one has a specific fix, which is exactly what the next few videos on this channel are going to cover. Not theory. Specific problems with specific fixes, in order. Here's the reframe I want you to leave with. Your channel didn't fail because you weren't good enough. Your channel failed because you followed a blueprint that was designed to fail eventually and succeed just long enough to create a testimonial. That's not on you. That's on the model. The people making real consistent money from YouTube automation right now, they're not smarter than you. They're not working harder. They just stopped asking what niche is trending and started asking where does nobody else want to go. That gap exists right now. Honestly, probably for another 12 to 18 months before everyone figures it out. Most people think their channel failed because they did something wrong. In reality, they followed something that was already broken. That's not on you. But what happens next is, this is the Autompter, and see you in the next one.